That is why they are the best whale. That was a breach, where the animal jumps nearly or fully out of the water. Not all whale species do this. Some, like humpbacks, do it a lot, others only occasionally, and some almost never. But why do it? It takes a lot of energy to lift the weight of a lorry into the sky. Well, we have a few ideas. Maybe it's to communicate. A big loud splash will get you noticed by other whales, or it could be a way of removing parasites. My theory, and one that may still be true, is they do it just for fun. Humpbacks don't just breach, they do a bunch of other cool stuff at the surface, which has made them a favourite for whale watching tours the world over. These include spy hopping, chin slapping, and showing the tail or flukes when they dive. But the most interesting is fin slapping, where they roll on their sides or back and slap their enormous pectoral fins against the surface of the water. Females do this as a way to flirt and get attention from males during breeding season. But I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's look at the animal itself. For this I will introduce my friend Harry. We will start at the front with these bumps all over the head. These are tubercles. Each lump is actually a hair follicle. These may be used for some sensory use, but we are not fully sure about that. Underneath we have the rorqual pleats. These expand when feeding to allow more food and water to be taken in. Then the pectoral fins, that are massive, up to 5 meters long, about a third of the total length of the body. Back up top, we have a relatively small dorsal fin with a unique hump. Last we have the fluke. The underside of this has a unique pattern of different white patching and scarring. These can be used like fingerprints to identify individual whales through photo identification. Now let's look at feeding. They eat the usual assortment of krill, plankton and small fish. Being a baleen whale, they are filter feeders, taking a giant gulp of prey along with lots of water, and filtering the food out through their baleen plates, like a sieve. In this footage you can see the whale opening its mouth, lunging at prey, and then filtering it out. Some populations of humpback also do what's known as bubble netting. This is a complex, learnt method of feeding in groups. What happens is one of the group of animals create a bubble net around the shoal of fish. This in effect traps the fish together and disorientates them. There will then be an audible call and all the whales will swim up through the net, mouths open, and launch at the surface simultaneously. The level of social understanding needed to perform this hunt is not seen in any other baleen whale, and is one of the things which makes the humpback so special. They need all this food for the great distances they swim every year. In the summer, in the northern hemisphere, they are found up north in the Arctic and subarctic seas, or in Antarctic and subantarctic for the southern populations, where the food is plentiful. And in winter they are in the tropics to give birth to the safe warm waters found there. These distances can be up to 5,000 miles, and in these epic journeys they won't eat. They leave the Arctic full and fat and will starve until they return some months later. That is the song of a male humpback. These songs can last hours and are very complex. Their structure is very similar to that of human song or speech. Over time the song will change, some even copy each other's. It's not fully known why they do this. It's obviously a form of communication, most likely to do with breeding, or they could just be having a chat. Interestingly, there appears to have been a drop in the amount of singing as the population has recovered from whaling. A part of a humpback song was even included on the golden record that was sent on the Voyager 2 probe. So important a part of our world these animals are. Despite the size, they are not invulnerable to predation. Orcas and sharks hunt young and weak animals, as a full-strength adult isn't too much of a risk to hunt. To end, I want to talk about why these guys are the nice guys of the sea. We have many examples of humpbacks helping each other and other species, including humans too. The BBC managed to film a pod of orcas hunt a grey whale calf, when suddenly 2 humpbacks showed up and started fighting back against the orcas. Sadly, they were unsuccessful and the calf was killed, but the humpbacks still chased the orcas for 6 hours to make sure they didn't come back. Perhaps the most amazing account of seeming altruism is of a humpback seeming to save a diver from a shark. The whale lifted her out of the water and kept pushing her towards her support boat. Now, whether the whale was saving her or just playing, we truly don't know. But with the other evidence we have of them protecting seals in a similar way, I'm inclined to believe that it did save her. So this is why I love these guys. I have put some information and links to sources in the description. Any questions you have, please leave a comment and I will do my best to answer. Thanks for watching. And this was a running series of mine where I talk about different cetaceans. If you want to see more, please subscribe.